Air. We need air. Welcome to Van of Action, where we're taking a 2018 Dodge Promaster van and converting it to a family camper. We're inviting you along. We're sharing the good, the bad, the ugly, and today we're sharing a pro tip on how to temporarily wire the ceiling fans in your van so you can actually breathe at night while you're waiting for the stuff that's being held up because of COVID to get here. Please subscribe, please like, please tell a friend. Come on along. Welcome in. We're on the shores of Lake Wassa in British Columbia, just near Kimberley, and it's just the end of June 2021, and my gosh, we're into really hot temperatures. It's about 39 degrees Celsius right now, and for my American friends, that means it's really friggin' hot, somewhere around, something over 100 degrees. And the van is working really, really well. We're really pleased with it. What's happened though is I've been having a hard time getting parts because of COVID. Things are really tough to get, and I haven't been able to get my solar panels. I've ordered a 50 amp DC to DC charger from Renergy almost a month ago. Hasn't come in yet. I don't have shore power. There's no access to shore power here, so I haven't got any wiring done in terms of servicing the wiring. The house lights are in, the fans are installed, everything's in and wired where they belong, but I have no power to service them, and it's getting really hot here. What we're finding here in the mountains is it's hot during the day, but once the sun goes down, the temperature drops quite quickly. Our side windows open, the windows we put in the side of the van open, and that's great, but the air inside the van is just stuck there. We end up with a lot of cooler air outside and really hot air inside. And I can't find a way to make that air exchanged. So what I'm going to do, and I don't recommend it for everybody, I'm going to hook up at least one fan, maybe both fans. I'm going to hook them up directly to the van battery right now to see if I can just get that air exchanged after the sun goes down. Come on with me, I'll show you what I'm going to do. It's really pretty simple. Now, I haven't seen this cluster of wires in a long time, but this has all been pulled down from the different places in the van. This is where the electrical system's going to go. The fuse box will probably be right about here. So I just have to find my two fan feeds. And I know that the fan feeds, even though I don't have all the information with me, I know my fan feeds are labeled as being F1 and F2. And I'm not certain which is which, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to hook them both up. So first I got to find the fan feeds. It's not labeled. F1, that's good. That'll be one fan. Stick him up there. F1. Okay. F2. There we go. Okay. These are the two wires that I need to work with, what I'm going to be working to make my connections with. Then I went into the local Lordco store and I picked up a spool of wire. I'm going to connect one end of the wire to the battery at the front of the van and bring the other one down and make that connection. So what I've got to do is pull a feed wire, a black one and a red one, from the back corner of the van where the fan wires are up to the front of the van where I can connect to the battery. Now with the Promaster it's great because the battery is actually inside the cab, and I have a couple of feed wires coming off of it now. Within some vans you may have to go all the way to under the hood. With the Promaster you don't have to do that. I could pull it through the middle of the van, but we still got a week or so on this holiday, so I don't want it in the way. I want to be able to enjoy the view. I want to be able to park down by the beach. I don't want to be tripping on wires, so I'm going to try and pull it a little bit discreetly through the cabinets and behind the seats. It's wonderful having the van close by during the day when you're down by the water. This has just been a great experience. Our first time doing it. We're really finding it to be a lot of fun. Having our food with us, our clothes with us, the bikes with us, all the stuff we might want to have access to is so close by. It's just perfect. So we got to pull the wires up to the front. Now I ran because I don't have any electrical power, I did use the 750 watt inverter that I bought for our ride out from Ontario. I've got it hooked up to the battery, and I've got it sitting behind the driver's seat so that I can we can charge our phones on the road. And it also worked our little refrigerator that ran off of 12 volts. And so I'm going to connect my fans to the terminals of the where the battery feed comes into the inverter. I'll quickly show you how to wire this up. It really isn't very hard. Each fan wire has a red and a black, and I just ran a red and a black up to the front. So this red and this black goes to the battery at the front, and these are the two fan wires here. Now, you don't connect anything in the front until you're all done back here, and all you do is you take the three blacks and put them together. Now, this is just temporary, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pair of pliers and wind them together really well so you get a good connection. If this was permanent, you might solder it. You might find some kind of a connector for it. But for now, that's going to be just dandy. And then I'm going to wrap that up in tape, black electrical tape, so nothing shorts out on it. Make sure it's well insulated. There's the black done. Now I'll do the red. Again, they all just get connected. Nice and snug. A little bit of tape on it. Oops. And then this will get me going, running off the battery. I did a little research, and it looks like I should be able to run both fans on a fully charged battery for probably 6 or 7 hours before there's not enough juice left in the battery to start the motor. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to run it for an hour, 2 hours at a time. And I'll start the van in the mornings. I'm driving down to the beach anyway. But now those are set to go. Now all I have to do is go up to the front of the van, connect the black first to the black terminal, the red to the red terminal, and there'll be power in the fans. Let me show you. It's 39 degrees on the shores of Lake Wassa. We're really blessed and things are good, but the best news of all, check this out. Dave's happy. Hashtag van life.